Hi, Facebook live stream audience. We are so delighted to have you here with us. These beautiful ladies with me here on Change It Up Radio with Paula Shaw are Carrie Woodland and Lesa Artzberger. And we're going to be talking today about saving money, saving energy, and saving lives. So stick with us. These two ladies are This one is doing a great deal for the environment, and this one is teaching people how to use their money wisely and the investments that can really be sound without a lot of loss. Those are the magic ones we all want. So, Lesa, say hi.
Hi.
And Carrie.
Hello.
So you'll be seeing Lesa in a little bit. Carrie's doing the first couple of segments with me. So please stick around. We're happy to have you here. Okay. So, and please remember, you are not watching a polished production here. You are backstage at Change It Up Radio. So you're going to see us putting the show together. We record the show today, and it will air Sunday night at 9 o'clock. So you'll see us chit-chatting a little bit in between segments and getting organized. At one point, we're going to change out Carrie for Lesa. So just get into the fun with us, and please don't expect perfection. All right, here we go. Okay, ladies, I'm going to push this little button. Welcome to Change It Up Radio with Paula Shaw. We are delighted to have you here today. We're going to be talking about saving money, saving energy, and saving lives. This show is being brought to you today by Tom Palladino's Scalar Energy Healing. This is an amazing state-of-the-art energetic healing, and you can experience it and receive a 15-day trial free by going to freescalar, SCALAR.net. That's www.freescalar.net. Give it a try. I'm doing it, and everybody I know that I'm suggesting it to is giving it a try too. So you have nothing to lose. All right. I'm so delighted to have you here with me again. As most of you who follow this show know, I'm Paula Shaw. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and a life transitions therapist. And my work, and usually what I talk about, is all about change, helping people deal with change, with sometimes the unwelcome upheaval of change, and doing it in a way that's smoother and more productive, that can really help them enhance their life and grow through the change rather than it being a detriment and a drawback. To assist people with these changes and knowing how to work with them productively, I wrote this book, Grief, When Will This Pain Ever End? Because we all experience grief, right? I think sometimes people don't realize that grief is the normal, natural response to loss, not just death, but any kind of loss. And so it doesn't matter if it's a divorce, if you move, if you have a change in your life, like a retirement or a marriage, there's certain losses that happen, and we grieve when we are experiencing that which we are not familiar with. So this book is full of tools and processes to help people deal with that. And my other book, Chakras, the Magnificent Seven, is a book all about how to energize and work with those energy centers of the body to enhance your health, to enhance your emotional stability and your peace of mind. So I am delighted to have you with me today because I am going to be talking in just a moment with Carrie Woodland. You know, I think one of the things we all care about, or we all want to care about and maybe do more to help, is the state of our planet. There's a lot of things going on, you know. There are a lot of wonderful things happening, and there are a lot of things that are threatening to Mother Earth. And I think it's really important that we find out what we can do to help the planet and that we do all we can to spread the word. You know, in my childhood, one of the masters, I thought, of teaching people about the planet and teaching an appreciation without preaching was Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau delighted us with all those beautiful scenes of underwater creatures and the magic of the ocean. And so what he did was he grew our love for the ocean and the ocean animals. So we wanted to help. We wanted to care. And I think that's a really important perspective, a really great way to go about this. Because nobody wants to be lectured. Nobody wants to be talked down to. And I think the fear tactics sometimes really turn people off. Yep, that negative kind of view. So with me today is one of the most positive people I know, Carrie Woodland, and we're going to be talking about her efforts and her company's efforts to enhance the environment in just a moment. But let me tell you a little bit about Carrie. She is the CEO of California Healthy Planet, Healthy Planet Solutions and Business Development for CRI Lighting Sales Incorporated. Their mission is to help corporations, small businesses, municipalities, and homeowners comply with California's Title 24 energy savings legislation. So by changing lighting to Energy Star compliant LED lighting and then using their agnostic lock-bit software to save more HVAC, which I'm going to have to ask her what that actually is, they can lower costs by running them on SDG&E's off-peak hours. SDG&E, for those of you who are in other parts of the country, that's our power and electric company here in San Diego. So the whole thing is about lowering power consumption, lowering carbon emissions, and lowering costs for the consumer. So it's a win-win any way you cut it. So without any further ado, I want to introduce you to a lady who's all about the environment. I know her through our Rotary, Rancho Santa Fe Rotary Group. She also volunteers with Sea Shepherds, Whale Wars Action Conservation Group, Rady Children's Hospital, Del Mar Auxiliary, and Country Friends. And, USC Trojan Women's League. You're a busy lady, Carrie. My goodness, there can't be that many hours in a day. So, welcome, Carrie Woodland. Carrie, so tell us a little bit about how this company of yours works with helping people to lower those costs and their consumption, I assume, right?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Paula Shaw, for having me as your guest today and allowing me to share all of our wonderful technology that saves money and saves energy. Most companies have a huge power consumption bill of any kind, or a small business, whether it be a gymnasium, whether it be a school, whether it be a building, high-rise building like this. The energy cost is astronomical.
Yeah,
and
I would imagine.
So our company, CRI Lighting, has been instrumental in bringing the LED technology from its inception to where it is today. It's now saturated market.
LED stands for what?
It's
oh dear, is it some long term?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, we won't go there.
Yeah, most people.
But LED means, I think the common man like myself understands it, that this is energy saving, right?
It's basically much like a flat screen TV.
I thought of a great idea. Let's say that LED stands for less energy drain.
Yes.
We'll make that up. That's our creation.
Yes. So basically, it's a computer chip. That's really what it is.
Really?
It's a computer chip.
In the light bulb?
Oh, yeah. There's no bulb. Bulbs are gone.
Oh.
So it's,
oh my gosh.
It's a chip, and it's actually the same chip that is used for solar. So it's just the reverse. So we're using that chip to make light. They're using that chip in reverse to make energy. with
Oh,
solar.
my goodness.
Yeah,
That's
so
very cool.
So basically, if every human being on planet Earth could change a light bulb in their home and their business, it would save our planet so much carbon emissions and energy consumption.
Just one?
Well, just one if you think about everybody in the world. However, we would like them to change every light that they have.
Yes.
not just one. And, most energy grids are archaic. And they're not equipped to handle all of our blow dryers, our washers, our dryers, our vacuum cleaners, all of the things that our ancestors didn't use, right? And so the grids are so old that the energy companies can't build new ones because we're already built up around them. So what we have to do, all of us, is help these energy grids with the blessing of SDG&E for San Diego and various different other power companies around the world, because they have so much. And now with computers and TVs and every child now has cell phones that need charged, cars are charging. So we're abusing our grid, and we have to sort of switch the power consumption in order to keep the grids functioning properly for everyone. So that's why SDG&E works with our company. We can send out a free air conditioning service with SDG&E would pay for that. So if our clients would schedule an appointment for us to come out and sort of review. So say, for instance, this is a 20-story high-rise building that we're sitting in right here. We would contact the property management company. We would go in and do an assessment and an evaluation on how we can drop the energy load as low as it can go. And then we would advise, once you have it at that lowest point, with our Lockbit agnostic software, we can shave off peak and non-peak hours of savings, and in many different ways. And we would encourage, of course, a parking structure solar to offset that. And so the whole mission for California's legislation is, and we are the leaders, by the way, globally, California, especially here in San Diego, because San Diego is a smart city.
Really?
And there are municipalities all over the world who look to us as the beacon for the world in our renewables.
Oh, my goodness. Now, I want to know more about that, but we need to take a break right now. But I didn't even know we were a smart city, so this is very cool.
Yeah.
All right, in just a minute, we're going to find out more about how smart San Diego is. We'll be right back with Carrie Woodland. Okay, if you're ready, let's just go ahead.
Let's go.
All right. Welcome back to Change It Up Radio with Paula Shaw. And we are being brought to you by Tom Palladino's Scalar Energy Healing. And for a free trial of this state-of-the-art energy healing, which heals pathogens and balances chakras and adds nutrients to the body totally painlessly, and you don't have to do anything. It's an amazing technology. Just go to www.freescalar, spelled SCALAR.net. Speaking of energy, in studio with me right now is the energy-saving queen, Carrie Woodland. And Carrie works for, or with, CRI Lighting. She was just telling me in the last segment, if you're just joining us, San Diego is a smart city, and I want to know what that means. And people all over the world look to us for what we are doing here to save energy. So, Carrie, first of all, what does it mean when you're a smart city?
So
besides being intelligent.
Yes. So basically what Mayor Faulkner and our city council have done is they have taken all county buildings and they have done what we do, and that is lower the energy consumption with LED lighting to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Then we would go into the HVAC systems
And what does HVAC mean?
heating, ventilating, and air conditioning.
Okay, thank you. Because I saw that in your bio, and I wasn't sure what HVAC was. Got it.
So, so that way we could have your building, your high-rise building, with all the proper cooling, heating, ventilation. But we would save you energy with our agnostic software from Lockbit. It's an amazing new software that we are the only ones licensed to sell. And we would install nodes around the building, and these nodes would communicate with each other, and they would be intelligent nodes to bring this building, which doesn't have nodes currently. It's not linked to the Internet of Things. So the nodes connect via the Internet, and you can actually monitor every single light bulb, what it's doing, every chiller that you might have on the roof, every office and who's in it with an occupancy sensor, and all various different work schedules that some people might work night shift, some people work day shift, and then it balances it all out, and then it helps shave off the cost by transferring a lot of that energy to non-peak hours. But there's so many different ways. We have siloxane coatings that go on the air conditioner systems that are on the roof on a hot day like today. It's not functioning at its best because of that heat. So the coating drops the temperature 15 degrees.
It's actually on the roof?
Yeah, it's on the roof. But we would spray it with this siloxane coating, and that would drop the temperature of the unit 15 degrees, which would allow it to function better, more efficient, as opposed to just it's suffering with that heat load, and then it has to work through that heat load just to work itself.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So there are many ways that we can save energy, and
are you saying that this software sort of automates it all?
Yes.
So like if the software knows it's 6 o'clock and everybody's out of the office, it might turn the air conditioning off.
Yes, absolutely. And copy machines that employees might leave on. That are not necessary, you know. So, of course, we would never turn off a computer system, you know, with our. So it's a custom built, independent for every project and every need, whether it be a small business gymnasium that has a lot of air conditioning to keep it all cool in there, or if it's a high-rise building like this. So each and every project is different and unique, and so we would custom build that software program for that particular project.
So if someone is listening to this show right now and they're a business owner, first of all, do you only work with businesses in San Diego?
So our territory is San Diego and the Imperial Valley, but in some of our lighting, but with this technology, we have the right to sell it anywhere in the United States.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And if someone wants to get this consultation you were talking about, how would they reach you?
Through CRI Lighting. Of course, they can call me at 858-342-7804.
Can you give that one more time, a little more slowly?
Okay. 858-342-7804.
Okay.
And we would come out and we would take a look at exactly the entire building with our engineers, and then we would go back to our offices and start putting everything together and seeing how we can cut all those corners and make your business the most efficient. We have saved our clients $50,000 a month.
Oh my gosh,
in
that's huge.
Electric. That was Zion Market.
Wow.
We've saved them $50,000 a month in electricity.
I would imagine that what you do, it's sort of like solar panels in that there is an initial expense to do it, but then you save gobs of money down the road.
It pays for itself in no time. That is the beauty of renewable energy. That is the secret. People think it's such a big investment, but either you pay the power company and you continue to pay, and they're totally at your mercy. You're
their mercy.
Yeah,
for
you're
years.
their mercy
That's
for
right.
years, and they can raise it and raise it and raise it on you and control your energy destiny. We give you the power to control your energy destiny. We take that power away from them and give it to you as the consumer. And so, and again, like I said, SDG&E wants us to help them take the load off the grid, because the grid, with the Teslas, with the electric cars, everything it's just the consumption is going up. The grid can't take it. We've got to balance in every way we can, and that's why they appreciate what we do.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking that too. If you use these energy saving methods that you're talking about, that does help the city's grids, right? Because there's not so much strain on it now.
Right.
So you're helping your city and ultimately helping the world, because they're not having to figure out how to make enough energy to supply all this.
Absolutely. And so our SDG&E solar farms are in the Imperial Valley.
Oh.
And we send the power over the mountain to get to us.
Oh my gosh.
So we're all, but SDG&E is reselling that to us. But the problem is the power line is too small. And so we need lots of power lines to keep bringing the solar power over the mountain. But it takes a huge amount of time to get all of that going. And now,
I would imagine expense.
And
today,
crazy.
people want the power lines underground, so it's not an eyesore and a danger.
Right. So it's a 20-year process. So we don't have 20 years.
No.
So we have to act now. I mean, and that is why we are out there for everybody to help them achieve our energy goals, California's energy goals, San Diego's energy goals, SDG&E's energy goals. And the money that you save in your operating cost of your business, you can use that $50,000 a month on lots of other things.
And you're also doing this in private homes, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's going to save the homeowner money for better vacations or a nicer car or
and
private school for the kids.
Yes, and until you actually go through the process and see the savings, you won't understand it. But once every single client has gone through the process and they see that energy bill, they like it.
Oh, I'll bet.
They're happy. So that's our whole mission, is to win-win at every level in the energy savings world.
So let me ask you one other question. If a family has already invested in solar panels, would they still want what your company would come in and help them do?
So this is the problem with solar right now. It's like a swimming pool. If you have a home that doesn't have a swimming pool and then you want to add it, you don't maybe have enough room in your backyard, right? It's kind of like solar. Solar has a footprint, okay, and it needs space. Where are you going to put it? So, like for instance, in this high rise, we prefer that all parking locations be transcended into solar parking structures, and that way you got covered cars, and people are happy, and you're also doing your part to save money on on your business, and also lower the energy load for SDG&E that really is struggling to keep up with it. That's why cities have blackouts.
I mean, that's the thing I was thinking, right? Because all that strain, blackouts.
Yeah. So it's up to us to do this for ourselves, but ultimately for everyone else too.
Yeah.
It's just a win-win-win every step of the way. And that's the beauty of this business, is there's no downside.
Yeah.
There's no downside.
It's so true. It's so true. And yet, until today, I'm embarrassed to say I didn't know about it. And I am so delighted, Carrie, that you have shared this information with our listeners and with me, because I will certainly do what I can to spread the word. And I think this is an amazing mission that your company is on. And I'm so happy that we were able to share it with everybody today. So one more time, tell people the number they can reach you all at.
So you can reach me at CRI Lighting, 858-342-7804.
One more time.
858-342-7804, CRI Lighting. We're just off Miramar Road on Trade Street.
All right. And thank you so much, Carrie Woodland. That was very enlightening.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And we'll be right back with Lesa Artzberger, who's going to share with us how to do the smart things with your money. We'll be right back. Okay. Thank you. You were amazing. I'm sorry, Sophia missed you.
I know. Oh, thank you,
So
honey.
do you want to just take a little seat over there, or do you want to go? Or what
I
would
should
you like?
probably meet her.
Okay.
So her husband's office is right here.
Oh, my goodness.
CBRE.
Oh, yeah. I see that every time.
So she's.
We'll be right back with you. No, don't turn it off because we're just going to start with you.
Thank you, dear. So good to meet you.
So you're not going to video me?
Yeah, I will. You want me to stay and do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Did you video that whole thing?
I did.
Mm.
My phone will last. What's up?
And you know, you're going to have a video because this Facebook live stream is a video afterwards. Yeah. All righty. Let me get my notes. You know what? Before we start, Lesa, why don't we go see if Sophia is up there? I can just bring her.
All right. She texted and said she was walking across the street.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
You did a good job. You actually started to relax,
yeah.
and you could tell you were feeling better.
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking at first. I've been there.
She's not here yet. Okay. All right. So let's start, and then when we break it, because you probably don't need a video of the whole thing, do you, Lesa?
Oh, I didn't.
You want the whole time? Oh, okay. All right. Oops, I forgot.
Yeah.
All right. So let me move to your bio.
Can you see in the, Carrie, can you see here in the,
In my
the camera?
My camera.
and make sure that we're both in the,
Oh, we are. He
Yeah.
already framed it.
okay.
Now you just got to be sure you're at the right angle with this. Because we don't want to have that mic thing happen again.
I know, that was hilarious.
Okay, so here's your bio. Oh yeah, and you know what?
Sure.
You before you go, we want to do. Yeah, we'll do one like this, and we should do one with you like that too.
Jeez.
So do you want to trade from? Are you going to stay for the whole? Because I want to take picture with you standing up here and here. Let's do that, just in case she has to go before we're done. So let her jump back into your chair for a minute, and if you'll just snap a quick shot of her and I, like we
I
just
did
did
already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, done.
On her phone.
Oh, good. Oh, it's still shots, not just video?
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you just a little genius? Okay, and then maybe you can take a couple like we're talking to each other. Like, you know, you do have your mic there, but
Hi.
hi. So 5 Rings Financial, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice
did
to
you
meet
get
you.
it? You too, darling. Did you get any of those? Okay, good. All right, so I think we're, Facebook live streamers. Thanks for bearing with us. Forgot you were there. Okay, we're just getting some pictures out of the way here. Oh, and then we'll do one. Do you want one standing in front of that, Carrie? The AM 1170? Okay, so let's just do that real quick. If you would do that, Lesa, that would be great. That'll only take us a moment. Yes, and you know what, Carrie, I'm going to have you send it to me, too, since my camera's in use. And Lesa, you can send me yours, too. Yeah, and then we'll have to take a picture of you over here, too, Lesa.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You want the, yeah, let's do long.
Yeah, because you probably want her
up
shoes.
high,
Oh, yeah, you want your camera
so
up.
we look thin. At least I will.
And the chins are up.
Wait, fix the dress.
Well,
Okay.
there we go.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
And will you do one of Lesa and me
You can do
standing
it on my
here?
phone.
Okay, I'm so glad you guys remember this. I feel so badly at Dean I didn't get hers. Did I look okay because I was talking? I didn't realize you were shooting. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's do a show. Thank you so much, Carrie.
These Facebook Live people are probably gone now.
You know, you will have this video, and you can edit it or do whatever you want with it. I mean, beside the video on your phone, the Facebook live stream video.
Okay, good.
All right. Okay. All right, let's make this thing happen. Welcome back to Change It Up with Paula Shaw Radio. We are delighted to have you here with us today. We're talking about saving energy, saving lives, and saving money. And this segment, as promised, Lesa Artzberger is here with me. And Lesa is going to be telling us about some wise things to do with our money. So stick around. You really want to hear what she has to talk about because it's very cool. But first, let me tell you just a little bit about her. After a career in high-end medical device sales, she experienced a major loss in her 401k during the most recent recession. So she started researching various investment vehicles and found an amazing opportunity with Five Rings Financial. She now advises clients in San Diego County about the little-known investment options that are, and here's the part you want to hear, highly resistant to market fluctuation. That's the secret sauce, everybody, and Lesa is going to share it with us right now. So, welcome, Lesa. I'm so delighted
Thank you,
to
Paula.
have you
Thank
here.
you for having me.
My pleasure. All right, so tell us about these options, these financial options. These are investment options, correct?
Yes. You know, you have the risky side of money, and then you have the safe side of money.
Mhm.
And if you go down to the bank and you put your money into the bank, you're not getting much money down at the bank. You know, you might be.
You mean an interest, which is practically
Right.
non-existent.
It's practically non-existent, but there's a lot of money sitting in banks right now because there's a
Yes.
lot of people that are really afraid of the other side of the market. The other side can be quite the roller coaster. And
Yes.
so I've been there. And I help a lot of people get off of that roller coaster of being completely at risk in the market. And when people ask me, well, you know, Lesa, I'd like to be right in the middle. And is there anything there in the middle? And I say, au contraire, there is.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! And they're called fixed index accounts.
Okay, tell
And-
us what those are.
Well, you can have the upside of the market without experiencing the downside of the market.
That's like everybody's dream come true.
It is.
How does that work?
Well, it's more like an escalator versus a roller coaster.
Okay.
So when the market actually decreases, like it did in 2001, 48%, and then
Ooh.
it did it again in 2007, 54%,
Oh, wow.
it's really hard to make up that kind of loss.
Mhm.
And with the fixed index account, you would just get zero that year. Could I have convinced you into taking zero in 2007 or 2001 instead of losing half of your income?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
me
makes
too.
total sense. So you're saying if the market plunges or we go into a recession,
Right.
you may not gain more money, but you don't lose what you already
Correct.
have?
So it's
Oh, my
kinda
God, that's
it's,
great.
It's really wild. And when I learned about it, I just felt like gypped because why hadn't other people told me about this?
Right, because you did lose money
Yeah.
with your 401k
Yeah.
prior to that.
Yeah. And, you know, when you have all your money in real estate and in the market, you're completely at risk. And I'm not saying that we put all of our money into fixed index accounts because that's not necessarily what I do either. But it's really good to protect at least some of your money from that fluctuation. So what happens is everything that you put into that account and everything that you've gained locks in like a ratchet wrench. And then when the market drops, you stay right there. And then when the market goes back up again, you go up from here instead of down there where the market is. So it's like this.
Amazing.
And even, a couple months ago when we had a little dip in the market, I didn't lose a dime with these fixed index accounts. It's really nice. It's I sleep at night.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
would imagine everybody would, because that's like everyone's worst nightmare, that you're going to experience what everybody did in 2007 and 8.
Yeah, there was so many people that left the market in 2001 and put money into CDs. And CDs are not getting that good of a return either. And with a fixed index account, in some of these accounts, you can really do well. You can get the upside of even 12%.
Wow.
And one of the other things that I really like about it is you don't have the fees as well. The fees can really eat up a lot of your...
You mean like the buy and sell fees if you're in the market?
Yeah, the buy and sell fees, but also what happens when you're in a 401k or an IRA, these managers will put you into funds. And within each fund, there is also fees. So not only are you getting fees from your actual
The broker?
broker, which might be just 1% per year, but think of it this way. If you're paying 1% per year on a $500,000 IRA, that's $5,500 per year.
Wow.
And they get that off of your money. And that's the main reason why these managers do not recommend fixed index accounts, is because they don't receive residual fees off of a fixed index account.
I see.
So I've kind of made it a little bit of my mission here to help other people, because I get a one-time commission from my company, and it's not out of your money. With these IRAs and 401ks, you're paying fees to these account managers out of your money every year.
I see.
And then, again, you have to dig in deep, because the fees are hidden inside the funds as well, inside of your accounts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you may be getting fee charges on other levels that you're not even really aware of.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
It's almost like the biggest scam out there. And I don't know if any of you have parents that worked for big companies that had pensions, or worked for the city, or worked for the government. But there are still some people that offer pensions out there. But what was happening is, in the 80s, a lot of big companies stopped offering pensions to companies, or to individuals, to their employees, is what I mean to say. And they are saying, okay, you have to do it yourself now. And that's where the 401k got developed by the IRS. And the IRS loves it, because you can, they can grow your money tax-free, of course, which is really nice. However, then you are paying the taxes when you take it out, when you turn 59 and a half. And do you think the taxes are going to be higher now or higher later?
Oh, that's
That's
little
another
perspective
little
I never
idiosyncrasy.
thought about.
I know.
Oh, so the taxes you pay today would probably be lower than what you're going to pay in 20 years or something.
And that's just another aspect of this whole piece of the puzzle that really is crazy making.
Oh, my goodness. This is so enlightening, Lesa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So is a pension, did you pay taxes on a pension?
Well, what's interesting about a pension is that when the money comes to you out of a pension, it's tax-free. It's typically tax-free.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different.
So that's why the IRA likes the 401k better, because they eventually get a little piece of their pie.
They get a piece of the pie. The IRS will get more money. Uncle Sam. So that's what I try to do, is help people protect their assets in the accumulation phase. And then also, we really help people distribute their money in retirement, because a typical 401k or an IRA is only lasting 7 years, but we're living so much longer that we need to perhaps think about having a vehicle that's going to pay out for a longer period of time. And these fixed index accounts also do that. They're pretty amazing. Yeah.
So while your money's growing, you can also pull some out of it to live on?
You can, but I don't recommend doing that. I mean, there are some fixed index accounts that are set up for that. But most oftentimes you want to be in a position to be able to grow that money for at least 10 to 13 years before turning it on and taking income.
I see.
However, you're able to take up to 10% out per year without any additional surrender fees. But then you're not getting that accumulation that you would really like. But
so let me ask you this. It's maybe a naive question, but as your money's accumulating, then are they buying more and more with it? There's more and more investment, like with a fund or something? So you're actually, is that how your money's growing, or are you just making dividends?
You know what?
from the
It's
bonds?
actually not a stupid question, Paula. It's a really good question. It actually is, when they say it's a fixed index account, they are giving you the upside of the market from the S&P 500. Or it might be another index account, but a lot of them are based on the S&P 500 because it is a very robust index in the economy. So if the index goes up 10%, you'll get 10% in your account. But if the index drops or gets zero, then you get zero. So yes, your money is constantly being invested and growing as you leave your money in there.
All right. And we have to take a little break right now.
Okay.
But when we come back, many more questions for Lesa Artzberger. Aren't you glad you're listening? This is really important information about the wise things to do with your money. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, that's perfect. At least we got through one segment.
Yeah, that's
right,
great.
Carrie?
That's about as much video
No,
as
you can
people
kill
will
it.
watch
That's fine.
anyway. Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't care. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. Very
That's fine.
true.
That's perfect. Thank you, Carrie. It was
All right.
really nice
Take
to meet
care.
you. Don't forget
Say
to
hi
send me a
Sophia
text.
for me.
All right, doll. I used to live where she lives,
Really?
over in Whispering Palms.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, for sure. All right, take
Bye,
care.
honey.
Bye-bye. All right, if you're ready, let's get into this next segment. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Welcome back to Change It Up Radio with Paula Shaw. Here in studio with me today is Lesa Artzberger. And if you were with us in the last segment, you heard her giving us some amazing information about something called fixed index accounts, right?
Yes.
And it is a way, get a load of this, everybody, to invest your money so that you will make money when the market is going up. But if the market goes down, you don't lose money. You may not make any, but you don't lose what you already had. Am I understanding that correctly?
You are.
I mean, this is amazing. I really want to talk to you after the show. Anyway, let's ask Lesa a little bit more about this, because I'm sure the rest of you are as excited about this as I am. So these fixed index accounts, are they sold by your particular company? Are they sold by brokers? How do we get one of those accounts?
The fixed index accounts are offered by companies like Fidelity and Guarantee, Athene, those type of companies.
I see.
The actual company, Five Rings Financial, is a marketing company like a Merrill Lynch. And we've been around for about 30 years now. But we have made it our mission, and it's certainly my passion, to help people to not lose their their shirt any longer.
Yes.
To be
Their
able-
life savings.
Their life savings.
And people did in 2007 and 8.
Yeah. They
And
really
in
did.
2001, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. And so that's what's really unique about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful idea, because I think what most people fear about investing in the stock market, they love the ups, but they're terrified about the downs. And if that happens fast and you can't get out fast enough, you are watching your money disappear.
Well, and if you're not a Bloomberg or some of the investors that day trade and really understand the market and feel comfortable day trading, basically, then go have at it. But I certainly wasn't that way, and I still don't want to manage people's money because I just don't have the stomach for it. I really don't.
And I think too, some of our listeners are in the age of retirement and
Can't afford that risk.
You can't afford the risk. Well,
yeah. And, there are several ways that you can get into an index account. And you might not have $10,000 or more to plop down and be able to grow. If you do, that's really golden, because then you can really get into a vehicle which will provide a nice return. But if you're starting from square one and you want to be able to just put $50 a month or $100 a month in, that money grows. The power of compound interest.
So you can put as little as that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I love
And that's what I teach people. We do a lot of educational courses called Money 101, and I work a lot with women as well.
I know that.
And
you do a class every month.
Yeah, yeah, for Wine Women and Wealth, and there's several women around the county and around the United States that do these classes. But they're just really passionate for me because I see the power behind the mindset of making money and understanding about money. And women and men do think differently about money. And having a group of women in a room, having a glass of wine, and being able to express ourselves in a safe place, there's a lot of power to that.
Yes,
it's really nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've learned since I've been doing a little research about women and finances and all that for other shows before today, we're living longer. And for the most part, we're much less educated about money than men are, because so often in traditional marriages, the men are handling the money and the women are handling the children. And that's not the wisest way to go. We learned a bit about that in last week's show, that it should be more of an equal. But
absolutely,
a lot of women are living single now and living longer single. And we got to know what to do about our money. And so that's why, Lesa, I think this is so important.
It's so important. And even if you are married and your husband is investing and does a lot of the money aspects, I really encourage women and have them think about being involved in at least understanding where their money is and how to access those accounts, and to be privy to what protection they have. Because what if something does happen? I have a friend of mine, and I think I may have told you this story before, but I have a friend of mine that her husband had a stroke while driving on the 78. And this was years ago.
Oh, my gosh.
And his son was in the car with him and was able to steer the car off to the side of the road. But he survived and was in the hospital for a long time and came home. And he kept trying to whisper something to her, and she really couldn't understand him. And then this life insurance envelope kept coming, and she didn't even know that he had life insurance. Well, she finally opened up the envelope and realized that there was a policy, called them right away, And lo and behold, he also had the new kind of insurance with living benefits.
Oh, I love that. I have this too. Let's tell everybody about that.
Yes.
What is insurance with living benefits? Because we all know traditionally you got to die for anybody to get the life insurance money, right?
Yeah, that's the traditional old kind of insurance. And that's why I never thought about getting insurance. I wasn't married for the longest time. I don't have children. I'm like, I don't need to leave a death benefit for anybody. But then I learned that you can actually grow cash wealth in an index universal life policy. So again, it ratchets up and never goes down as an index account with inside a life insurance. And then it has the versatility of the living benefits on it so that if something does happen, then you're covered. And for this gentleman that had the stroke, he had the living benefits and they were able to pay their mortgage, buy groceries.
So living benefits mean you get money while you're going through this illness? Or
That's right.
Oh.
Because what happens when you, and most predominant what is happening in our society is cancer. I mean, how many people do we know that have had breast cancer or different types of cancer?
Right.
They're not working for months on end while they're going through treatment. What happens? The bills rack up, and it can be a really scary time. So
terrifying.
Cancer, stroke, and heart attack. My mind went blank for a minute. And those are really the big ones. But of course, there's car accidents.
Absolutely.
There's all kinds of events that can make this
sports injuries. I've seen women in my gym, like suddenly they were in every class and now they're in some sort of a leg cast or something.
Right.
And if your job is an active job, you're out of work.
That's right. That's right. And so the policy will provide cash to be able to take care of you during these time periods. And it's really a wonderful thing. And
is that kind of insurance, Lesa, hugely more expensive than?
It is a little bit more expensive. Yes.
A lot more, or is it a reasonable increase?
It's a reasonable increase. And what I talk to people about, or what I have people consider, is that there is a place for term insurance. Because if you have a primary breadwinner in the family, and they do pass away, the family member, the spouse with the children may need to still pay the mortgage and put the kids through school. And so the term insurance will cover through that time period of when the kids are growing and you have mortgage payments. And the term insurance is very little cost for what you get in the payoff. But the Index Universal Life can pay for school. It can pay for your first car, a down payment on a car or a home, or it's quite versatile. And then you can take cash out of it for retirement as well.
So if I understand it correctly, you're paying a bit more each month, but it's actually like a savings account,
It
correct?
is, yes.
Okay, good. So I'm glad I'm clear about that. So that's really pretty fabulous.
It's pretty fabulous.
And it's called, again,
Index Universal Life.
Index Universal Life
with living
insurance.
benefits.
With living benefits.
Yeah.
Got it.
And what's really nice is that if you work with someone that's an independent like myself, and it, of course, doesn't necessarily have to be with me, but
Of course we want them to be with you.
but we can go out on the market and find the account that's going to work best for you. And that's what's really nice. Yeah.
Yes. And how do they find you, Lesa?
Well, again, my name is Lesa Artzberger, and
spelled LesaArtzberger.
That's a mouthful, huh? And my phone number is 858-401-9026.
And can you give that number one more time before we end here?
858-401-9026.
She has told us about some amazing things today that I'll bet a lot of you didn't know you could do to invest your money safely. So be sure and get a hold of Lesa. Thank you so much for all you gave us today.
Thank you, Paula.
And thank
Really
you to our
appreciate it.
listeners. Please find us on KCBQ AM 1170 The Answer on Sunday nights, and also on every major podcast platform, iHeartRadio, Blog Talk, and if you can't remember all of those, just ask Alexa. She'll find us. And please check out our Facebook, Change It Up Radio page, and Instagram. Like us, subscribe to our show, do all that stuff. We'd love to have you as part of our community. And we'll see you again next week. Thanks for listening. And
Thank you.
Thank you, Lesa. All right, good evening.
That was fun.
So, live stream audience, thank you so much for being with us. I hope you learned as much as I did, and we are delighted to be with you, and we'll see you next week.